Now, with just a few days to go before the elections here in the UK, politicians have been crisscrossing their constituencies to try and convince people to vote for them. Here on Focus on Africa, we've been looking at why these elections are important for Africa in the diaspora. I travelled to Newcastle in the northeast of the country to meet with the opposition party Labour candidate for Newcastle Central, Tyne Onwurah. Born to a Nigerian father, she's seeking a second term in Parliament. I began by asking her how politics in the UK differs from Nigeria.
One of the depressing features for a politician here, I think, is a lot of the disillusionment with politics and the proportion of people who don't vote. So the turnout to the last general election in Newcastle was about 56%. So almost half of people didn't think there was a reason to vote. Whereas my feeling, and when I've been back in Nigeria, is that people want that vote more than we do, in a way, here in the UK. And people are more passionate about the difference that politics can make, even though they've got, as many reasons to be disillusioned with their politicians, some might say more, as the UK has here. But there is there's the sense that there's more at stake.
Some people have mentioned the difference in how you campaign in this country. So you go from door to door, and then you have your hustings. But in Africa, you've got politicians who fill out large stadiums. Do you think it's something we might see in the UK anytime soon?
People need to be passionate about their politics again, and they have to feel that their vote can make a difference. So it's up to politicians like myself to set out how that vote makes a difference. But so I'd like to see more of that, you're right. But I think that's about the passion. What I don't want to see more of is politicians lecturing people about what they should do or be, because what we want is the grassroots kind of people taking their own future in their own hands and using politicians to do that, rather than the kind of a glorious leader who knows what the future is going to be. I think people need to take responsibility for their own lives and hold politicians like me to account.
If Labour gets in, what are your plans for Africa?
Our main plan is to enable Africa to work out its own plans as far as we can do. That's about supporting civic infrastructure, helping build communities, supporting skills, education, training, and really importantly, supporting trade within Africa. Because trade is, I think we'd all agree, one of the ways in which countries become richer.
One thing that stands out about Newcastle, especially for those of us who don't live here, is the accent. We tend to say it's quite strong, so could you teach me a little bit of that accent?
Well, you could say, because we're in the Grainger Market and it's really happy to be here, you could say, why I man? Do you like the Grainger Market? And you would respond,
why I man?
Very good!
Oh, the people around us were really laughing at me.